Hello, and thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about my e-bike here from SMARTRAVEL. I got this bike off Amazon during the Amazon's annual deal of the day. It's like their Prime Day. I had got this bike for $1,400 with $100 off for the Prime Day. So it ended up being around $1,500, a little bit over with tax. But I'll tell you what, it is worth every penny I paid for it. Today I hit 550 miles. 550, I think you can see it there, 550 miles. I've owned the bike 43 days. I've put a lot of miles on this thing. I've drove it in deep sand, deep wet mud, thick wet grass, wet roads, asphalt. I mean, what's great about this bike is it will get up to about 34 miles an hour. And it will go and stay at that level pretty much on any flat surface. Now, when you hit some hills, I've got some hills here on the island, it will slow down as you try cresting hills. I've done videos on that in the past on my YouTube channel. You can check those out if you want. They're in the playlist, the SMARTRAVEL playlist. Now, it's only got one gear, so it's a throttle bike. You turn this throttle here and the bike goes forward. Now, you can use the bike without the throttle, and actually I'm using the pedals more and more now because I'm finding that the more you use the pedals, the more you get out of the battery life. If you just use the throttle and use the pedals just to hold your feet and not do any pedaling, you burn down the battery quick. I mean, I'd say quick. I think you get about 30 miles out of it before it will be dead, if that's all you're doing is using the throttle on it. So if you just want to go out for less than an hour and get up to 34 miles an hour and stay there, then you just use the throttle. Now, if you just want to coast every once in a while, use the pedal assist, coast down hills, coast when you can, you'll get more mileage out of it, before the battery's dead. Now, the battery just slides into the back of the unit here. It's got this nice handle. It's got this locking mechanism. It comes with a key. Now, do know if you get a second battery, which I did get, the keys are different. So you have to make sure your keys, when I take the key out, I stick it in the basket there that they give you with the bike. And so I know that key goes with this. But these things are easy to charge. They got a nice little charging plug in here, so you don't have to take the battery out to charge it. You can just plug in the charging cable into it and it will charge. I find that I only need to charge it for about 3 hours. I mean, I could have it really, the battery dead, where I'm pedaling home, and about 3.5 hours later, it's fully charged and I can go out again. But now that I've got two batteries, it's never an issue because I can just swap them out, because I like to go around the island and then I'll come home, take a 15-minute break, slap the other battery in, and then drive around some more. So it's working really well. The tires are starting to see wear. The back tire is seeing wear. It's got disc brakes. Those work great. If they've got some water in them, you got to apply the brake a little more forcefully. But the brake systems do work very well in dry conditions. It stops really quick. It's just that when they get wet, those disc brakes cause some sliding on the disc brakes when they're wet, and you'll get that. Very bright headlight. I've done multiple videos on how bright that headlight is. I can't really say any real bad stuff about the bike. I mean, it delivers, it performs beyond expectation. I am so happy that I bought this bike, and I'm so happy with it that not only am I able to use it to go around the island and just get some fresh air, but I'm getting exercise from the process. So if you're looking for a bike that you'll get some exercise with, this is the bike. But if you're looking for a bike where you just want to throttle the thing like a motorcycle, then this is the bike for you too, because you can do that. You can just put it in pedal assist 5, which I do. Now, it's got 5 pedal assists. It's got 1 through 5. If you put it on 1 and use the throttle, Or if you use the pedal, then you're going to get up to maybe 11, 12 miles an hour, and it's really hard pedaling at pedal assist 1. It really is. You're going to work for it. Pedal assist 2, not so bad. Pedal assist 3, you know, it's okay at pedal assist 3, not so hard on the pedaling, but you're still not going to get maximum speed. You're probably going to get about 18 miles an hour. But what I do is I just put it on pedal assist 5. That's where I leave it. Well, the thing defaults to 0 every time you reset it. Every time you power it down, it will go to 0. Use the 2 buttons here, up and down, put it up to 5, and then this way I can just get the speed the way I want it based on how much pedals I do or how much throttle that I give. And that's how I work it. So I just leave it at pedal assist 5. So when I say what you get out of that battery is maybe 30 miles, it's because I'm leaving it in pedal assist 5 at all times. Now, the manufacturer says that their 80-mile projection was based on pedal assist 1. Now, you can do that, but you're going to be working for it because is not changeable gears. It's not like a 10-speed or a 12-speed. It's one gear. It's it's one motor. And basically, by just turning the pedal, you're basically initiating the throttle. So instead of initiating the throttle here, you're initiating the throttle here. And you are giving it some of your own momentum in the process because this will catch. But there'll be times when you're riding the thing and this thing just spinning and you feel no friction at all because it's just going faster than what you can actually pedal. Now, one of the things I would recommend for this company, well, actually 2 things would be nice, is if they had some sort of generator here that when you do pedal, it helps charge the battery, and have the brakes have like some sort of system in them like cars, whereas when you brake, it helps charge the battery. I think that would be a great add-on to the bike, is that if you pedal, your pedaling could charge the battery, because once this thing goes dead, once this thing has no battery life, it is hard pedaling. I mean, you got to be prepared that it's a big bike. It's a kind of heavy bike, not too heavy, but heavy enough where the pedaling gets, I try to not get to the point where the battery's completely dead. I make sure that I'm rolling back into my house when I still have battery life, because I got caught a couple times with the battery completely dead. And yes, you can do it. I'm a fit guy. But if you're getting this thing to kind of relax on it, just throttling it and relaxing and seeing the sights, then letting the battery die down completely might not be your cup of tea. What more can I say about the bike? The front tire is looking real good. That's still good as day one. It's just the back tire still. It's just showing its wear. The dual suspension works nice. Have no issues with that. Can hit potholes. Can hit big, roots that stick out of the ground. It's really been a comfortable ride. Now, do note that the seat is fixed. So if you're less than 5'5", you're gonna have troubles sitting on this thing. You'll have to probably hop up on it. So the bike does not allow for the adjustable seat. I mean, you can't move it up or down. It is what it is. Whatever you see here is you're stuck with it, So if you're a short person, you might have to get the bike to lean to the side to get on it, and then get the momentum forward to get into the balancing stage so that you can ride it. Coming off it's going to be like, when you're going to come off it, you're going to have to bring it to the side if you're a short person. But that's really it, folks. I just wanted to give you an update on the bike after 550 miles. It is a gem. I call it the beast because it has performed beyond my expectations. It is a really nice bike. And thank you for joining me.